KOHA AM, Reno, Glenwood, and Mineola.
It's time for Pitside Live, the Adams County Speedway pre-race radio show. Heard from 5 to 6:30 each Saturday during the race season. Listen to Pitside Live on KCSI 95.3 FM, on demand at kcsifm.com.
Welcome, race fans, to Pitside live from Adams County Speedway in Corning, Iowa. Once again, we are racing. It's 3 in a row for us. We can't do much better than that. We got Chamber of Commerce weather here. Nice breeze out of the north. Track is looking mighty great. The pits are filling up, and I tell you what, I'm Cliff Baldwin. I'm here with Evan Baldwin and Bob Simon, the Rainbow Warrior. He's with us tonight, so we'll talk about that a little later, but it's just awesome to me. I think it's just awesome. Anyway, we'll talk about that in a minute.
The hatred is so high.
It's the GOAT.
The hatred is so
goat.
high.
He's the GOAT.
So, I got to get the Kermit song out. I'm going to get the Kermit song going. So anyway, well, I tell you what, guys. Great race, great week of racing last week. I tell you what, to me it was one of the coolest things ever, especially in that in the old B mod class. That was so freaking awesome as far as I'm the sport mods. That was a great way to go, and I tell you, it was just great. Once again, back to back, super track, great racing. Just hats off to the guys working hard to keep the track going the way it is, and it looks good again tonight. They're out there watering right now. The track's been good and hard. That's just the way we like it, and Mother Nature's been kind to us this year, unlike last year. So but the folks helping with the track prep, we can't thank them enough.
It's one of those deals, like I said last week, where it's a lot easier to manipulate the racetrack when it's not raining throughout the week, because you kind of know what kind of water you're putting on it, and you're manipulating it yourself instead of Mother Nature just doing it for you. And then for those of you that know, our infield isn't the greatest when it comes to holding water, especially on the south end. So we have talked about running some new tile lines to try to help with that as well. But in a perfect world, if we found a lump sum of money somewhere, we would do like Knoxville and just pour concrete everywhere. But unfortunately, we don't have that luxury. So bleacher boards are definitely going to be our first priority when it comes to spending money here.
Yep.
So. But last week, very good night of racing once again. Track was just a little bit different than the first week. First week, it was glass slick from top to bottom, just a pure dry slick racetrack. Last week, it was a little bit, it was tacky in some spots. It had a little bit more grip to it, especially on the top side of the racetrack. Bottom side there got a little bit crummy towards the end of the night, and the bottom side kind of went away. Top side was definitely the spot to be, which is pretty typical here at the Speedway. If you are somebody that's good at running the top here at Adams County, you're going to be pretty good. You're going to be pretty good pretty much every week. But I know the track prep guys are going to try to make the bottom maybe a little bit better this week. Try to get some of them crumbs packed in a little bit better, so there can be 2-3 lanes of racing at least. So, but overall the track was pretty smooth. Didn't really have any character in it at all. So I know a lot of the guys prefer glass slick, but if there is a little bit of tack to it, we would prefer it obviously to be smooth. But from your vantage point, Bob, down in the infield, I didn't hear any huge complaint about the track. I mean, no. It was good racing.
It was. Nobody complained about the racetrack at all. It was just they just made some drivers errors, trying to navigate it, but that's what you do every week. You try to navigate the best you can on the track. But no, the drivers and crew were pretty happy with the facility, the track, and everything last week. So no really big incidents happened last week. So, of course, everybody went home, loaded their cars up, and we all went home in one piece. So it was a good night, and drivers and crews were really happy.
Didn't have as many reds last week, which was good.
One is too many.
We had 3 the first week. So I know some of the fans like to see wrecks, but we as a business standpoint and from the racers, we don't like to see tore up race cars. So we would prefer that everybody go home in one piece.
Which in the RJ's Plumbing and Heating Sport Mods came back with an amazing story. You can't write that kind of story if you wanted to.
Nope.
And we'll get into that here in just a little bit.
Yeah, the storylines from last week were great. Typically, we don't see as many storylines until we get later in the season when it comes to points and things like that. But to have something like that happen early in the season like that is amazing. If you were here in the grandstands, you probably witnessed it firsthand. I noticed hundreds of people on their feet as Austin crossed the checkered flag. It's just one of those deals where it just makes you feel good to see somebody like that who's been racing for a while now and have something that terrible happen to him in the first week, and go from he didn't even know if he was going to be able to race again the rest of the season, and then he ends up winning his first ever race anywhere last week. So, and not only that, but he won it the way that he won it. It was earlier in the race, a caution came out and bunched the field back up, and Kralik and Poston were kind of right there behind him, and I thought it was going to be one of those nights, typical, Sean Kralik and them just getting up there and kind of just walking away with it, And Austin kind of just put his foot to the floor.
Hold my beer.
I mean, that car was so perfect that I heard from multiple people that were watching on the entrance of 1 and the entrance of 3. He would burp the car just a little bit, but I mean, he was basically flat-footed. That car was just so perfect. We'll talk about it later with him. He's going to be on the show here tonight, but
and it's not like he lucked into it or anything.
Oh God, no. He earned every bit of it.
That 11 car all the way to the front and kept it there.
And the way that he won too, beating Sean Kralik, one of the best sport mod drivers to ever race here at the Speedway. By that, I mean he beat him by almost a half a straightaway, and he just kept pulling away, and I just kept watching lap times when I was announcing. I was just waiting to see Kralik, pick up a little bit more speed. He just never did, and I was really happy for Austin on that. Sport mods have been our highest car count this year. We appreciate all those guys for showing up and racing. Speaking of sport mods, I did see on Facebook that Barb Foote posted on Facebook that we have a Hall of Fame driver racing again.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Brian Foote has bought a sport mod, and he will be racing tonight with his son Brian. I grew up with his son Daniel, and Brian, I grew up watching racing. Brian Foote was one of the best modified drivers down here. I always remember he was always the one running the 2-barrel carburetor when everybody else ran 4 barrels, and he was always one that was one of the best to do it down here. I always remember that it was always the 243s. It was 43 and it was 43X. It was Brian Foote and Dan Mueller. And
so,
yeah,
we're segueing. You just got me to segue right into Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
So our Hall of Fame committee met this week. We got all of the ballots.
We've got some new members.
So I want to make that announcement official tonight for our Hall of Fame induction next Saturday. It's coming up extremely quick. So next Saturday will be Hall of Fame night. That's a night I look forward to every year. And
be a longer intermission.
We dedicate this show to all the Hall of Fame people. That are
I've got to get my
so,
reading on.
So.
It's hard to read those things sometimes.
Your
But
teacher should already be on.
Your class of 2026, another awesome class. Your drivers are Scott Koskovich, Rick Germer, and Francis James. And your contributors are Charlie Speaker and Larry Karg. And your fans are Stan Curtis and Cheryl Jackson. We had to tie in the fans, and that's the way we did it. So did a tie, so both very well deserving. So we have a tie in that, so we have 2 of those. So we'll have a class of 7 this year. So just an awesome deal. Congratulations to all of those folks. Every one of them is well deserving and long awaited for, and it'll be an awesome night next week. So everybody we called, of course we call everybody, but all the inductees and their family, they were all excited. I mean,
several of those that are getting in this year, obviously, have still ties to the racetrack here. Larry Karg being Mark Karg's father. Mark Karg's still racing here. I grew up watching Scott Koskovich running the Orange 80 late model. I grew up watching him.
What was his name?
The Mad Dog. And I grew up watching him. I was too young to know Francis James. I was too young for that. But
I watched him in Audubon.
Yep, I was too young for that. And but fans, Stan Curtis, unfortunately, we lost him a few years ago, but he always sat up in the decks every week.
Yep.
Owned a deck for a long time,
Yep.
and I know those people that are sitting up there in that deck are still from Lennox. So
Yep.
we We miss him, and then Cheryl Jackson, obviously, longtime racer here, Trent Jackson. Obviously,
Yep.
Dwight. Dwight ran the shop, the maintenance shop over here for years until he sold it a
mechanic
few
shop.
years ago.
Yep.
So
I'm gonna go back even further. Longtime car owner for Mark Hansen.
Yep.
So yeah, it's one of those deals where there's a lot of names on that ballot that got nominated, and it's
Well-
very difficult to vote because there's so many deserving people.
To me, as a young fan, another icon besides Francis is Charlie Speaker. Everybody knew Charlie Speaker. You could see Charlie Speaker out there. You knew where Charlie, you knew Charlie. And, he worked on a lot of cars. Two main was Viral Schmidt and Ernie Stender. 56 Junior. That's where the Woodpecker started. So, I mean,
that's why Chris is 56.
That's why
I
those
mean,
cars are icons.
And
So,
now Loudon, being a third generation racer, basically is in the 56. So
So Charlie was an icon here. And yeah, like I said, all those guys. So Rick Germer, another hot shoe that could drive anything.
he was like the
put him
Josh
in it.
Most of
He was.
his era.
Because I always thought it was funny when Josh came and drove his Wingle Sprints for him, because it was just like Rick was in the car. I mean, they were just,
Right.
They haul butt. So
That's
You
why
never
they-
really knew what Rick Germer was going to show up in.
yeah, he was. I remember when he would go to different special things with those big honking wings on a stock car, and I mean, it was just run what you brung race things, and it's like those were some cool deals. So, yeah. So,
Are we going to have R&S Collectibles here as well?
yes, Roger will be here. R&S Collectibles, which will also segue into another thing about thank you to R&S Collectibles. We have one of the classics back here. And our Bob Simon is very, very happy to be out there driving the 24 DuPont golf cart
That
out
is-
there.
that is
thing
very
hauls butt up.
exaggerated.
No, the expression on your face was.
I will.
timeless.
Okay, Bob,
mean,
you
it's
might not like Jeff Gordon, but when you think of iconic paint schemes, that one is in the top 10 of most iconic paint schemes of all time.
I mean,
you,
you're
you
not
have
wrong.
to admit.
You're not wrong.
Everybody knows the Flames and the DuPont.
We even got to drive those. I didn't when Short Track Network was here. We used them quite a bit.
Yeah,
He still has
Absolutely.
all four of them, obviously.
still does.
And
It's just like-
he didn't give us the fastest one, but that's okay.
Updated paint schemes might be all right.
it was
The fastest,
time. It
was
the
a toss-
fastest
it was a
one,
toss-up. It
the
was a
fastest
toss-up.
ones was between the Home Depot 20 car that was Stewart back then,
Yep.
and then it was the 18 Interstate batteries, which was actually Bobby Labonte before Kyle Busch.
Well, so
And
yeah.
then the other one that was really slow, but it was a cool wrap, but it was really slow, is the Budweiser 8 car of Dale Jr. That one did not have a fast motor.
That
in it.
one had some trouble. I think that was the one we took to the State Fair parade, and we ended up having to pull it the rest halfway through the parade. I can't
lost
remember.
power.
I'm not surprised. I will take a Jeff Gordon cart over a Bobby Pierce cart every day of the week. Sorry.
It would be cool if we could update some of those.
So thank you very much to Roger.
Absolutely.
Roger will be here next
Appreciate
week
it.
helping us out with the Hall of Fame induction.
Could have sent me
as he
the
always does.
could at least sent me the Tony Stewart one.
as well as will the Southwest Cruisers. And another extremely huge announcement that I am extremely happy to do right now is for those of us that are older and can remember the coupes, one of the biggest icons ever at this racetrack will be the Dusty Whitehead number 49 coupe will be here next Saturday.
That's awesome.
And I think
That was always one of the nicer coupes,
oh,
too.
man, and it's
Because some of those coupes that raced back in the day, I see pictures of them, and they
Yep.
weren't the
so
they weren't in the best shape.
it's
So
going to be
No.
out there. If everything works out right, it'll be pacing the features as well. So
And I still believe they
uh,
have the Gotchers over there in Nebraska.
Thanks you
They
to
still run
Roger
them.
Gant's daughter. Roger was a nominee. Unfortunately, didn't make it, but Roger will be here. And the reason they wanted to bring that here because Roger, I do believe, is going to be driving it quite a bit because that is one car that he did drive. Also, he also drove that car. He drove his car mainly was number 9. Another one that was icon, big sedan, had that one. But anyway, he also drove the 49 car a few times. So his daughter Reba was really happy to get that here because she wanted to see her dad in that car again. So that's going to be an awesome.
gonna be
deal to
awesome.
have that car here. So
well, before we go to our first break here and start talking some compacts here, I do want to mention thanks for joining us on the YouTube channel on KCSI Radio. Make sure you join us as well. And if you are watching us later in the next week, we appreciate you going back and watching. You can watch this as many times as you want. So we are going to head to our first commercial break here. And
after one more thing, I keep
Okay.
all these things I keep bringing up.
Well, we can talk about it after, but we
Well, I
don't have to
wanna-
get everything in.
Okay, we'll come back when we come after, and I'll make this announcement.
I mean, it
real
is
quick.
5:15. I know we
Yeah.
like to do a commercial at 5:15, so.
No, we don't have to. But,
All right, let's go ahead and take a quick commercial break. We'll come back, and we're going to talk some front-wheel drive cars. You're listening to KCSI.
And
No, we're not. We're going to have to refresh,
See,
so
I
he's going to
went-
refresh.
I
What
went
do you
to
need
the-
to mention?
Well, real quick, I'll mention is that go to our Facebook page, and those of you hopefully always watching our Facebook page, I updated a photo on there. I took a nice picture of our menu with the grill down there and everything, all the food filled up. But I just wanted to point out that we're ready for you to come in here. But I said check out the prices. But I tell you what, we're one of the cheapest places to eat in all of Iowa.
And that's not exaggerating. I mean,
So,
it is honestly,
you
Bob.
tell me where you can go
it
get a
is
double
borderline ridiculous how cheap we are down here.
Oh, I know. I know.
I mean,
where can you buy a double?
where can you
cheeseburger
buy
for
6
$7?
tall boys for $20
Yeah.
anywhere?
Double cheeseburger, which is we're famous for.
I mean, seriously.
$7 for a double cheeseburger.
My my little half that's running around here somewhere has already got one of those gone. I think they were out for a minute and a half, and he was over there grabbing it.
But I mean, it's just one of those deals where it's we're trying to make the environment obviously family friendly. We know how the economy's been basically since COVID. Basically, I mean, we're going on over half a decade now of things being ridiculously expensive, and it's hard to bring the kids out on the weekends. So we're trying to make it as family friendly. Obviously, lowering gate prices and keeping the concession stand prices as similar as possible. So. And we do that for all of you race fans because, obviously, without butts in these seats, we can't keep doing this. So we appreciate all of you guys. With that being said, I think we're going to do a little refresh here, and we're going to come right back. You're listening to KCSI.
Welcome back, race fans, to Pitside live from Madison County Speedway in Corning, Iowa. We're here at segment number 2. And once again, thank you to Farm Bureau, Jay Gillespie, longtime sponsor, Cam Mechanical, State Farm, Dave Carball, S&S Appliance, Subway, Russell Electric, Red Oak Fabrication, Shore Motor Company, Malvern Bank, McDermott Roofing. Thank you very much for being a big part of our Pitside Live family. Evan, take it away. We'll go ahead and do our...
It was Floating Vine night last week at the Speedway. Big thanks to Floating Vine for sponsoring last week. Extra money they put up for the compacts for their division. Top 10 in your compacts from last Saturday night's feature. 10th place was Ducky Jacob Best in the 99Z. 9th was Chris Wright out of Creston in the 35 machine. Good rebound for him after ending the night on his lid the first night of the season. 8th was the 55 out of Shenandoah. That was Gunnar Snyder. 7th in the 69X out of Creston was Owen Richards. 6th was his brother in the 97 out of Creston, Logan Richards. Moving into your top 5 in the 8F out of Corning, it's Jeremy Frazier. Career best finish for this driver in 4th out of Corydon, the 007T of Harold Robb Jr. 3rd was Ducky Jacob Justin Best. Excuse me, that's Sharky, not Ducky. That's Sharky Justin Best in the 00MB. 2nd out of Council Bluffs in the 15H was Tyler Housley. But your winner for the second week in a row stays perfect on the season in the T13 at Greenfield B-Rax, Braxton Wallace. And Braxton is on the show. He's on a step stool, so you can see his logo.
Jim gave me some
We can
stuff
see the
last
Toll
week.
Farms here. You can see it. And then the Angry Duck. You can see that one as well.
All you can see is that dang duck.
Yeah.
You look like you're about ready to yell out some bingo numbers or something.
No, auctioneer.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
you go. That's right. Yeah.
You just pretty much kind of walked the dog last week on him.
I thought Hoover was going to be coming.
No.
You were a long way
And I
away,
didn't even
bud.
know he was the one in the wreck.
You kind of blew up the show.
Sorry. Sorry.
You kind of stunk her up there, bud.
No, it was yeah.
After the week before, when
was
they
hauling.
caught up there last
Yeah.
lap, I was not giving it away
Yeah.
this last week.
You were
You didn't
hauling.
decide to let off?
No.
That
Wasn't
car
happening.
was hauling. So
Well, extra money on the line last week, obviously, thanks to Floating Vine. It's always probably
Yeah,
nice to run
I
for some.
appreciate it.
It's nice to run for extra money on a weekly show because a lot of times you don't get that opportunity. So it's nice for that, and it is got to be nice too that I see a couple different cars tonight. It looks like there's a few other guys that are starting to show up too.
I brought 2 tonight. 2 extra ones besides myself. So.
And I saw 33K.
Yep, I brought him.
Yep, David Kimmel. Good to
a
have
friend
him
of
down
mine.
here. I know he typically runs Stewart and Marshalltown and places like that because he's from the Des Moines area, right?
New Virginia.
Okay.
Yep, New Virginia.
Just south of Des Moines. So
His daughter, who also races the compact, is dating my brother. So
gotcha.
okay.
Well, good to have them down here, obviously, and obviously you winning and things like that is good, but you want to try to pull more cars, obviously,
Yes.
to run against some more people.
Yep. And me and Dave, we ran around all summer last summer together, and we raced everywhere together, and it was just a blast. They're good people.
So when you get a hold of these guys and bring them down here, what do you tell them? I mean, has the 33K been here before? I don't think
He has.
Yeah,
Years
okay, I can
ago,
remember, I
he
can
was at the
remember.
Tradition. He
Okay,
rolled
okay.
down in 3 and 4.
So when you talk to guys, hey, come to ACS. Do you say, hey, do you want to come down and go fast?
Yeah, pretty
I mean-
much.
Because that's
wanna-
that's one of the biggest difference here, without a doubt, for a compact.
Well, do you see those chrome things in the back of the car?
yeah,
That's how you know.
Yeah. Yep.
You want to come run and do that?
Yep.
Let's come do it. Let's
Right.
have fun.
Yep. So that's because back in the day when we started, that was one of my first questions I asked every week to a new. I said, tell me what do you like about coming to ACS, and every one of them said the same thing because we go fast.
I bugged him all summer because I come down 3 times last summer. I bugged him all summer to come with me, and he just he's got kids and stuff.
Yep.
Does softball.
Yep.
and-
Obviously, it's hard.
Yep.
So, but I'm glad he's down here. I got my spare car down here. Joe Nichols is in it. So.
Awesome.
Okay, great. Yeah, that's another name.
So obviously, very good week for you last week. Obviously, kind of one of those deals where you had to start deeper in the field, obviously, but
I drew the 12.
but
He was 12.
but at the same time, I mean, you're gonna have to if you are going to race for a points championship, things like that, you're gonna have to get used to starting there because
Which
you're
I've never done.
and
Yeah.
you're gonna have to get used to starting there and get used to manipulating the race that way because.
Yep.
Adam Hensel and Sean Kralik and people like that have mastered that.
I'm really good friends with Adam, and he's pretty well got me convinced just to keep coming.
Something I
Well, Hensel's a prime example of a guy who never was a points racer,
Yep.
and he is one of the best points racers I have ever
It's just
seen.
Accidentally.
It's
Yeah,
all, it's all
he's so good at
it's
it.
just consistency.
Yeah.
It really is. And I'm not wanting to bring this up early. It's talk about early in the year. We're not talking about points, but we are. But what I want to talk about is with NASCAR. It's just like we can advertise it, we can tell it over and over, but like 90% of the drivers just don't even understand that you got a chance to go to a free trip to Charlotte
There is.
to be a national champion and get wine and dined at one hell of a banquet in NASCAR.
I
in
did
Charlotte.
looking before the season started.
Or you can go to the IMCA banquet and get a,
No, I
and
mean,
get a
I'm-
trophy.
But I'm just saying, it's
Yeah.
you talk to any of our drivers that have
Yeah.
gone down there, it's like they treat you like royalty. I
I've
mean, and you're gonna get regional money. You're gonna.
Did
get
you hear what
national
Hoover did
money,
last year?
You know, so
He won the regional deal, and obviously we couldn't pay for him to go, but he was still eligible to go. So him and his mom literally drove to Charlotte.
That's awesome.
But
I
like,
didn't know
they just
did.
were-
I thought they were able to go. Just
No, that
that
he
deal.
well he didn't have it paid for because he wasn't the national champion,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
he was a regional,
Yeah.
but he was still eligible to go, and he knows how cool it is. He's like, I'm gonna go. Like,
Yeah.
how many
He's been there
opportunities?
before.
Yeah.
Yep.
How many opportunities are you gonna get to go to a banquet, and you're in the same place as all of the multi-million-dollar
Yeah.
company like Hendrick Motorsports, Roush Fenway Racing, Joe Gibbs. They're all in Charlotte.
yep. It's just,
Yeah.
and they treat you well. It's a great deal, and that's something I tell people. It's like, man, I haven't even gone, and I usually go to Daytona in February if I get a chance. I've gone there twice, but I need to get to Charlotte myself.
Many people say
It's
that
like-
if you are a racing nerd and you know the history of racing and know the background of all the, early days of racing, Charlotte is like just
bee's
like
knees.
a mecca.
Yeah.
There's like museums and facilities just everywhere.
But you got cars here, and car count's huge
Yes.
in every division.
Yep.
It's 1 through 5. NASCAR just goes 5, so if they have 7, 8 classes, they're all in 5. 5, 6, 7 are all in 5. Anyway, but it all comes down to car count, which our compacts have been great. Talk to John Burr. We've had a Division 5 champion.
I just want that
National
Kralik
champ-
money.
Yeah. So, but NASCAR.
But I can't win
NASCAR
heat races.
NASCAR shouted out to us last year. We're the only track that's had 10 national champions in a row. In
Yep.
some division.
Crazy.
We
Yeah,
are the
it's like-
we broke the record actually for NASCAR local racing. So yeah, we have had 10 straight years of at least
National
one
champion.
national champion, which is awesome. It just shows the growth of our racers and how good they are. But you mentioned the Kralik Farms Driver of the Year Cup. Dre posted the updated standings of that. We're gonna do that every couple weeks,
Yep.
just to kind of update people on where we're at. And it's a really cool deal on what we're doing. And Dre and I came up with this idea, last summer, and we were like, how do we get this deal where we do it to where it's not biased?
Yeah.
Where it's not based off of a voting panel.
Yep.
And this is black and white, straight up. Like
I
you're
love
you're getting points every week for finishes, cars passed, fastest lap. I mean, you're getting points every week.
It was never biased before.
And I hate to
There
tell you this,
wasn't a
Braxton,
formula.
but I would keep winning features and don't worry about heat races, bud. You'll be fine.
Yeah, but there's that extra little bit.
yeah.
But I think there's people that have only been racing like 3 years that have. There's a kid that races up at Shelby County. He's got like 15 heat races wins. I've been racing for 10 years. I think I've maybe had like 6 or 7 heat races.
So you're not a heat race warrior.
No, I usually don't care in the heat race.
Well, it don't pay.
Yeah.
Heat races don't pay nothing.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's awesome because the idea for it was every time you're on the track, you're earning points somehow.
Oh, yeah,
Somehow, some way, you're
got a
trying to earn
chance.
points. Yes. It doesn't matter. You could be mired back in traffic in the feature, and you could still pick up fastest lap.
Yep.
And pick up a point for that night.
Cars pass.
Yeah, or be a hard charger or something. So you're earning points throughout the season. Obviously, the money will be given away at the end of the year, and also the trophy that we are going to come up with. It's going to be something similar to actually what's in the logo. It'll be something similar to what NASCAR does for their national championship. It'll be like a big silver cup. It'll be not sterling silver, obviously,
What?
but it'll be like a.
I don't want to know.
It'll be like a legitimate trophy with a marble base, and it'll be engraved on the trophy like your name and stuff. And then Dre and I's other idea is we want to have a trophy for the racetrack to keep here on the grounds,
People's names.
and we want to keep engraving the names on there every year.
Yeah.
So
That's cool.
that's kind of the idea of what we want to do as well. And we also want to, Dre and I want to as well, we want to make trophies that sit somewhere on the grounds for past track champions and engrave that as well.
Jim's had enough.
We want to do that as well, where we want to get some trophies to set somewhere on the grounds to where you can engrave the names and you can see all the names on the trophy of all the past champions.
Yep.
Because Dre's got, stats from 40, 50 years ago at least. So, but it's just one of those deals. It's just something extra that we want to do for you guys. Because obviously you're racing against your class, but with the Driver of the Year deal,
Everybody.
you're not racing against just you guys. I mean, you're racing against everybody.
There's some guys in those other classes that can knock off a lot of wins really quick.
Oh yeah.
Because last year we tallied it up. We did tally it up with our point system last year. Jesse Dennis would have won it, I think, by like 1 or 2 points over Kralik, because I think Dennis had 6 or 7 or 8 wins in the stock car. So he would have won it last year by just a few points.
And then Hoover shouldn't have been too far behind. I think
He
had
was
6 features.
he was top 5.
Yeah.
So,
He had
but
I think he had 6 features last
yep.
year.
But yeah, obviously it's just a cool deal for you guys to race for something else. Before we kick you off here, Braxton, obviously you've got a good piece underneath you. I feel like you do a very good job, I've noticed, of kind of paying attention to detail on a lot of things. You're very meticulous about the car and kind of what goes into it. Everything looks good and everything is, kind of, I wouldn't say pristine, but you're very meticulous about things.
Everything that matters gets touched every week.
You have to check it, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, there's guys that don't. They'll load up Saturday night and not touch it till Saturday morning. But
Yep.
I spent every night this week. And I got
Just
paint
checking
marker,
stuff.
And I touch everything I touch gets a paint mark
Yep.
on it, and it's
Yep.
perfect.
It's just so you know. I mean, and for those of you out there, the youngsters out there listening, if you take pride in your work and you take things seriously and try to get better, your results will pay off. I mean,
And
this isn't
put in the time.
This isn't the only thing I do either. I work from I get up at 4 in the morning and I come home at 5:30 at night. So
Yeah.
3 hours every night.
Yeah.
yeah, and that's what it takes to be good. And
Dedication.
people think that compact racing and Crown Vic racing is just throw it in the box and here you go, but
Used to be. It did used to be that way.
but you still have to. My opinion is, and I kind of do this with everything that I do. It's like, if you're going to spend money on something, why half-ass it?
Yes, exactly.
Right?
Yep.
Like, put pride into what you're doing,
My wife absolutely hates it. But I get into something,
Yeah.
and it is all or nothing.
Yeah. Yep. It's
So
it's a passion too.
she,
So
she's not a fan sometimes.
well, I'll tell you what. I know you got up there so you can get some sponsors out there, especially that Toll Farms one. But why don't you mention some of your sponsors and anybody else you want to thank?
The only people I want to thank this week is Jim Toll and Adam Hensel, Curtis Pruitt.
Those are good people to thank.
Yep, Chris Pruitt, J.D. Lyman.
Why don't you get Chris Pruitt down here?
He probably come down. He's
And Skylar. Get Skylar down here, man.
They're both slowing down.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, Skylar's got kids now, and
He just had another one.
Yep.
Yeah. They're just, and Chris just bought a new place, I do believe, and he's just racing when he can.
Yeah.
Stewart's home. That's just where
Oh,
he's
yeah,
at. I
absolutely.
mean, it's easy to
Absolutely.
go there for him.
Yep. Absolutely.
He comes down, I think, for the tradition every year, doesn't
Yeah, he usually does. I
Yeah.
mean, he usually comes once or twice a
he?
year.
Yeah.
it seems
He
like,
loves it
so,
down here. It's
yeah,
just a
yeah.
trip for him,
Oh yeah, exactly. So
we do apologize really quick. I've been having a little bit of connection issues with the stream again. Obviously, our Wi-Fi is not the best down here, so it's been kicking in and out again. So we apologize for
please
that.
hurry,
but-
FMTC. Please.
Yes,
hurry.
we got our sign up, so that's
please,
good.
Please hurry, FMTC.
Yeah, so I'm about to start digging fiber myself.
So,
I know where a trencher is.
yeah, I know a couple too. So.
But Braxton, we appreciate you coming on the show, and we wish you luck tonight. Obviously, gonna have to pass some cars, which you did last week. Same thing. So go ahead and make that invert, and maybe we'll see you in Victory Lane again.
Absolutely. Good luck.
Thank you, guys.
All right, that's Braxton Wallace, driver of T13, Greenfield, Iowa. We're going to take another quick break. We're going to talk some stock car racing when we come back. You're listening to KCSI.
Oh, Oh, we're not.
All right, it looks like it's going to be one of those nights where you're going to have to refresh every time.
One of those nights tonight where I get a refresh. No,
Perfect.
I'm going to refresh.
Braxton's going to leave us
It
our.
did go. It went. So I think we're
Okay.
going. Back, race fans, to Pitside live from Adams County Speedway in Corning, Iowa. We're back here for segment 3, and we're going to kick it off with a little stock car results.
Northland Oil Stock Cars. We thanks to Northland Oil for sponsoring our stock cars. One of our longest tenured sponsors here at the Speedway. 1,000 to win tonight for stock cars, presented by Northland Oil, so we appreciate them very much. Top 10 stock cars from last week. Justin Ennis was 10th in the 70, 9th was Andy Roberts in the 6th, 8th was the 38 of Craig Garner, 7th was Derek Myers in the 5, 6th was the 55 of Steve Churchill, 5th was Rick Barton in the 62, 4th is Mark Cargan in the 97, 3rd, career best finish for Lance Swartz in the 20, 2nd, also career best finish in the 101 out of Corning, Marvin Hendrickson, and your winner, a 2-time track champion here at the Speedway out of Fontenelle, Iowa, originally out of Corning, Buck Shafroth. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Well, Buck, I know it was kind of a spur-of-the-moment deal. I know you were going to originally be here this week, but I know planting's full force right now, and it's hard to get away from home right now, and you decided to come down last week, and you knew you were going to start in the back.
It was just kind of a last-minute deal. It was about 3 in the afternoon. We changed gears real quick and came down just because I just wanted to race was the problem, and I knew – screw it, we'll go half hour down the road and see what we can't do. And
you guys don't race in the field? Nothing like that? So.
No, we don't do none of that.
Kind of slow out there. I feel like I'd fall asleep out there.
Well, now, yeah, especially nowadays.
You were worried about starting in the back. You were like, I don't want to start in the back. And then it didn't matter one damn bit, I hate to tell you.
No, it didn't. And the guys at Rage had the car pretty good. So it was pretty nice to be able to pass that many cars. And
well, it sounds like the Rage team has been pretty decent this year. Obviously, you guys have gotten, picked off quite a bit of success here just in the last month or so. I mean, Jonathan won it at Boone last week. Obviously, the Sport Mod last night, Matt won it up in Marshalltown, and pretty crazy win for him. He was running something way different than everybody else was last night. We were watching. And then you obviously you've got to win at Stewart this year already, and down here, and I know kind of Jonathan's kind of taken over that he's kind of full force on the stock car now.
Jonathan's got 2 wins up on him now. Got one in Algona the other night, and then Boone last
Oh yeah,
Saturday.
he won up at the Thunderdome. I forgot about that.
The jammer Jimmy Gustin, he's won what 3 in a row at Boone now.
So it sounds like you guys have got some good pieces under you. You guys, I'm guessing you kind of bounce ideas off of each other quite a bit.
Oh yeah, I mean we all work together as a team, and I mean honestly they've got a lot figured out. I mean they're pretty good cars, and
because you went through a stage there when you kind of moved up to stock car where you guys were kind of doing your own thing with Sniper, and then now that kind of went away and you kind of transferred in with Jonathan, and he's kind of completely gone away from the mod game now, and he's full force into his stock car now. What kind of went into that decision for him? And obviously you can't speak for him, but why did he want to go into that stock car stuff and kind of go away from the modified?
well, originally, Todd and me got him into the stock car racing to begin
Right.
with. We put him in our Sniper car, and he had always had fun, but he'd always been an open wheel guy. Well,
His dad was forever. I mean,
and then he kind of fell into that deal where he could, start building the Rage stock cars for Justin O'Brien. And then he kind of just decided that 2 cars was too much on a weekly basis, and he wanted to focus on his stock car program and make his business better in doing so. So that was kind of his decision on why to focus on the stock car.
and it sounds like to me he made a pretty good choice, obviously. I definitely never thought that he would go away from open wheel because, his dad's a Hall of Fame driver. I mean, everybody knows John Logan, and he was open wheeled forever, kind of like Todd was. I mean, I never thought Todd would ever race a stock car, and I guess just times have changed, and he raced a sport mod forever too. Jonathan did, and he's kind of just went full force on the stock car, and you guys have got some stuff figured out. That's for damn sure.
Oh yeah, and I mean he done fairly respectable in the mod, but I think he figured out that mod racing, especially up in Boone and Marshtown, it's tough.
Yeah.
I mean you got to be on your game each and every week.
It's like working for NASA.
Yeah, and I'd see you get frustrated night after night, and then he'd have some success here and there, and then he'd be frustrated again. I think it's
Overwhelming.
just a lot, and trying to do the stock car at the same time. So
Yep. And obviously, his life revolves around racing. I mean, your life doesn't revolve around racing as much because you guys have your own thing with your farming, but I mean, his life is racing. So I mean, he has to make those tough choices, but for you guys, obviously, these past few years, Buck, you guys have traveled a lot more here in the last few years, and you guys have got some good friends up in Central Iowa. You guys do a really good job of trying to promote your facilities that you race at. Obviously, you guys do a good job up at Stewart. You guys promote that whole hog deal pretty good. You guys have been doing that for several years now, and I know Todd's getting older. He's not getting any younger. So I know it's probably getting Todd's getting to a point, I know, where he's told me several times, like, I just enjoy watching, like you race, and he enjoys. I know he likes still racing, but I mean, is Todd just gonna is he gonna race as long as he can, or is he? You think so?
I think so. I mean, as long as he's still having fun, fuck yeah.
That's the key thing. You bet. As long as you're having fun, you bet. So.
But you got a good support system behind you. Obviously, you've got a lot of good people that sponsor you and help you out, and I know where you first started, Buck.
Yeah.
I mean,
Which reminds me, there's Facebook stuff this week.
Yeah.
You see that? I think it had the Zap Junior car.
It was
if I
about
remember
15
right.
years
Yeah,
ago.
yeah.
I've been
I was
racing
laughing
for
like,
15
oh, man.
years. That makes me feel old. I
Yeah,
woke up
it's
that
like,
morning, I was like,
jeez.
man, I'm getting old.
Yeah.
Well, so I mean, I turned 30 on Monday. I mean, you're a year younger
Yeah,
than me.
don't remind me. It's coming up too.
I mean, obviously,
Oh, you guys.
one of my best friends was in your class, Ryan Carlson. He's a cop here now, and it's like we're just getting older, and it's got to be amazing to think where you came from, where you came. I mean, where you were, and now where you're at now. Because I remember when you were racing hobby stock, I remember you would race here, and then you would go to Stewart too.
And blow a right rear tire.
Yeah, you would always
Every
have
week.
something break.
Me and Matt, we would change gears, and we'd take the pickup and open trailer. We'd go to Stewart. We'd blow a right rear tire or a ball joint every week. We'd load up, come back to Corning, go to Stewart the next week, blow a tire or a ball
I
joint.
always remember you you had some of the worst luck when you were younger.
Yeah.
I always remember you were always breaking something.
You did.
I don't necessarily know if it was luck or we were still learning our maintenance program.
You guys
at
were
the
just too
time.
stupid, or what?
We're just, we've learned a lot in the years. That's probably the most
Yeah.
impressive.
Well, then
thing.
you kinda-
And I'm still learning to this day.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah.
got hooked up there with. I know you were running Eliminator there for a while.
Yep.
Gary was helping you guys with that, and then you jumped into that stock car, and I remember because you ran that deal, and it was, I think the one that everybody remembers was the Bud Light car.
Yep. Which it was the same car all them
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
I never got, I ran that Sniper for.
Yeah.
And I remember to
6
this day
years or
you
so.
told me, or we were talking one night down in the pits, and you said, "Man, these stock cars, man, they're easy to drive compared to these hobby stocks. Like this quick steer is freaking nice."
The quick steer is a big difference.
Yeah.
And then you get a nice handling stock car, and it makes driving them a lot easier.
Yeah,
Versus the hobby stock, you'd have to saw out the wheel, and you make about 2 turns to the left and then 2 more to the right. Versus
You get a
stock
little
car,
arm
you're
pump
just-
going.
Yeah. So
Well,
Blows up.
you've come a long way, Buck, obviously, and obviously in racing is going to be in your future for several years, and we hope down here in Corning that you'll always continue to race with us when you can, and we appreciate you guys coming down here very much, because I told you this last week, man. I hate to tell you, but there is a lot of people in these grandstands that like watching you race here.
I had quite a few stop at the trailer last weekend to talk to me.
Good.
So
There's a lot of people that know you. Obviously, you were born and raised here, so I mean, there's a lot of people that still wear the old Van Eaton shirts. I still see people walking in with the V31, the old purple and white car. I mean, it's
I think it's time for a throwback purple and white V31.
Uh,
There you
yeah.
go. There you go.
with the. I always remember the number had like that shiny.
Yep, that sparkly
Yeah,
and then a strip of barbed wire down the
Yep.
side.
Yep.
Yep, I always remember that. So, but well, before we get you off here, Buck, obviously give a shout out to anybody you want to give a shout out to, some sponsors, some people.
Everybody down there in the pits. I don't even know if I could be here today without them. I planned it all week and then spent all day today in the shop, and we literally loaded up and made it here just in time. So, and then all my sponsors, I couldn't do without them. So,
Yeah, and anybody listening out there, obviously, if you're looking to sponsor race car drivers, these guys always appreciate your help. So any little thing helps, obviously. I mean,
anything helps.
I mean, hey, they're paying upwards $190 a tire now. So I mean,
Yeah.
it's getting out of hand. Gas prices are what's getting out of
oh
hand.
my
Oh,
God.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
diesels. And I hate to say it, but I read an article, and there's a good possibility diesel could be over 7 by the end of the summer. So
Yeah, I don't want to hear it. Don't wanna
Yeah,
hear it.
that's-
I don't want to hear
I
that.
don't want to
either.
hear it.
so
Don't
makes
need
it
hear
hard to go
Don't
racing.
need to hear it.
well, Buck, we wish you luck tonight. Obviously, hopefully you get a good draw tonight.
Nah, I drew bad.
Well,
97.
redraw. Just
redraw.
97? Yikes. Who drew for you?
I
Did you press the button?
I just no. We need an old bucket draw. That's what we need.
The old bucket draw.
Yep. Makes
Does
it-
anybody do buckets anymore?
No.
Everything's
Boone.
digital.
Technology.
Boone at Super Nationals, they have
They do.
a big bucket,
Big
but
bucket.
only at
Other,
Nationals.
yeah, but other than that, okay. All right. All right, Buck. Well, we wish you luck. Welcome.
Good luck.
Good to have you back home, and wish you luck tonight, man.
Thank you.
Thanks
All
for
right,
coming on.
Buck Shafrock, driver 92 car. You're listening to KCSI. We'll be right back with you.
Welcome back, race fans, to Pitside live here at Adams Canyon Speedway. Once again, big thank you to Subway and Shenandoah, Red Oak, Clarinda, and Glenwood, S&S Appliance, State Farm with Dave Carball, Campbell Mechanical, especially Malvern Bank. Jay Burdick, we can't thank you enough for what you do for this place and helping out Pitside Live. KCSI, we all appreciate you very much. So we're going to go talk about, if you're ready, Evan, talk a little bit hobby stock racing.
Hewlett & Sons Auto Salvage Hobby Stocks. Top 10 in your feature last week. 10th place was the 5D of Anthony Davis out of Shenandoah. 9th was the 40X of Dave Weeda out of Mount Ayr. 8th was Gravity Iowa's 69C of Colton Schaff. 7th was Tom Myers out of Glenwood in the 7. 6th was the 32T of Tucker Teeple out of Villisca. 5th was the 21 of Cody Warner out of Clearfield. 4th was 95 of Jared Lunn out of Orient. 3rd, Adam Hensel in the 7H out of Atlantic. 2nd, career best finish for Bennett Johnson in the 21B out of Red Oak. And your winner, your defending track champion, Clarinda, Iowa's 12G of Tyler Gray. And welcome Tyler to the show. Tyler, it was a pretty stressful weekend for you from mileage standpoint on the seat to the car, right?
Yeah. I spent a lot of time in the seat, that's for sure.
So, daughters here obviously had a bowling deal. Had a bowling deal up at Cedar Rapids. Obviously, you went up there. Dave told me you went up there, watched her bowl, came down here, raced, won, turned around, drove back up there on Sunday.
Drove back up there Saturday night.
Saturday night.
I got there like 2:10 a.m.
Jesus. Well, at least it was worth it, right?
Yeah, I try my hardest not to miss any of their sports. You know,
Absolutely.
For sure. She looks for me in her corner every time she's there, so I'm definitely going to try to make it to every single one of them. Racing's not going to stand in the way, but I did feel like it was going to be a good weekend, so I made the trip.
Yep.
And you ended up winning.
If I would have come back and got 14th, I'd have been very disappointed.
Well, we grew up the same way. He did. Because he was involved in every sport there was, and we made sure that he was a part of it.
And it's really hard, too, when they're that age, too, because they're at the age where they're not in high school yet, so the sports are always on the weekends, and that's what makes it tough.
Right.
And, I mean, obviously, youth baseball is going on right now, and softball and stuff, and it's really difficult. It makes it tough.
Yeah, and the bowling thing was pretty cool because Dave handpicked his team to take up.
Yeah, he
her being one of them.
Yep, he told me that.
So we definitely weren't going to miss it.
Yeah, absolutely. So.
Well, kind of a new deal this year for you. You basically are running kind of all new stuff. Wise, where like setup, you said you changed a lot of stuff and trying something different, and the first 2 weeks. First week was, I mean, not out of your control. Tranny kind of went out on you, but
Hey, I'll say right now, he contacted me way early to do practice. Mother Nature would not let me do practice.
Yeah,
And we wanted
Good
to start
Lord.
one early this year, and it just wasn't happening.
But last week hit on something. What was different?
a different transmission, gear. So I have no idea what actually was wrong. I never felt a vibration in anything, but the car was running strong the first week we raced, and then it just let go. It decided it wasn't time anymore. It got the transmission, the drive shaft, the gear.
There was a lot of pieces on the track.
I knew. I could tell by the way it blew, and I looked, and they were saying there was chunks. I'm like, yeah, I probably got the gear too. So
Yeah, I had even went up and smacked the distributor cap and knocked it off.
Really?
Oh my God.
Oh, my
It
word.
exploded.
well,
my word.
I originally thought it was your motor, and then I saw some video there, and it was the red. Like the red color of the tranny fluid, so I'm like, oh, obviously it's transmission, which is better than an engine, obviously.
Because that's new. I built that over the winter, and that's the first thing I thought too was, oh man, that did not just happen, but because it killed the car, so I didn't know any better, but it knocked that distributor cap off and lost all the fire. So,
Well, it was one of those deals where it's just bad luck when it was, and then last week obviously was really good. You got to start up front, which was nice, but sometimes when you're starting up front, you have no idea where you're at, you know.
And that's the worst part, you know. And after watching the video, I seen Tucker was running me down. His car was very strong, but I had no idea how fast I was going, if I was going too slow, too fast.
You don't know if you're in the right line, right?
I never even seen anybody, never heard nobody, so I was just kind of out for a cruise, and if I'd seen somebody, I'd probably try to change. But
you probably went back and watched the video, and you were out by quite a ways.
Yeah.
So, but again, for those of you that don't know, these guys don't have rear view mirrors. I mean, they have no idea how far they are ahead. You're basing it on feel. You're trying to listen to see if there's anybody around you.
But you got, you know, in your mind that Adam Hensel's out there. All you guys.
Yeah, you're just waiting. How often do you look at the board?
They're coming.
Right. So I never looked at that scoreboard once this last entire race. I never looked at it once. I did look up at Wichman, and he was giving me signs of how many laps we had left. So that is cool that he does that. But, I mean, if I would have got beat and I got beat by Tucker, it wouldn't have bothered me. You know, he's one that started it with me, and he's getting there. So he will definitely get a win in this year for sure. I think he's got the right car.
He's another one chomping at the bit for sure, and he's finally got a good piece underneath him too. So
well, the way I look at it, you look at those results, and we're back to 10, 15 guys that can do it.
Oh God!
I mean, last week's winner was back on the pack. I'm like, it's like, holy cow, these guys are loaded.
I say it every week, obviously, but
that field is loaded.
You look at hobby stock racing at racetracks, and ours down here, man, is just freaking loaded.
You guys are the show.
I mean there's a reason why that we're running you guys with Lucas, because we want you guys on national television because you guys put on that good racing. I mean, it's just crazy good racing.
Talladega style.
Yeah, it's just like,
It might be a little different driving on a track after they've done it. Unless you're
gonna be a little dry. Gonna be a little dry slick, eh? They're gonna blow it off.
Yeah, it's gonna be a learning game. That's for sure.
They'll
kind of like trucker night.
Yeah, they're gonna blow it off. 900 horsepower engines, but it's gonna be a little bit different. You guys are gonna look like you guys are walking out there
compared to them, for sure. Yes.
Well, before we get you off of here, make sure you mention some people that you want to thank, and you got a good group of people down there. You guys are a good time down there, and race fans, they usually stay late after the races. They're a good time down there. Scuba's a great time. Tucker down there. So make sure you go say hi to them. Tyler's always willing to talk to the kids. And
no Polish stuff down there that you want to talk about.
Yeah, so, I mean, first off, I would definitely like to thank Heath Anderson, because if it wasn't for him, I wasn't running that race. I had all sorts of problems last week. I had misfire in the heat race. It was banging all the way around the track, wasn't running right. The Mafia crew jumped in. We got that fixed. Go to start it just prior to the feature, it wouldn't start. So I'm running around looking for a starter. Dave Weeda had one. Heath Anderson had a smaller one. He was nice enough to loan that to me to be able to get out there on the track.
Awesome.
So thanks to him very much. I'd like to thank my dad. My dad's constantly there every day. He's getting older, but he loves to wash the car on Saturday. That's one of his things, so I don't mess with that. But he'll try to help out anywhere he can.
It's a good-looking ride. Might as well keep it that way.
Well, let's see if we can keep it that way for a while.
Right.
It does look good. But Tucker's jumped in and helped where he can. Andy, any of them guys down there, they know who they are. So. Yep. As for sponsors, J&C Photography, Joe Moore, 3D Construction, B. Levi Dairy, Ott Auto, Nowhere Farms, Cross Trailers, Snotterly Lumber, Rescom Services, Deenda Mobile Blasting, Dairy Construction, Farm Bureau Financial Services, Jake Gillespie, Back Sales, Dow Construction, The Tiger Den, East River Ag, Scroggs Farms, Load Pro Trailer Sales, Shore Motor Company, Victory Power Line, MJ's Comeback Bar, French Construction, Wildfire Salon and Spa, Gary McNeely, the Eliminator Chassis, good car, my tire guy, I'm not allowed to mention their name, Apex Activation, and Ripley Powder Coat.
And these are all people too, Tyler, that support the Ribby Memorial, right? For tradition. So if you know any of those people, they're not only helping Tyler, but they're also helping the racetrack as well with that deal, because that's one of the highest paying hobby stock races in the Midwest. So,
which I would absolutely love to win that one time. We'll see if I can ever get that done. I mean, if anybody's interested in sponsor it, reach out to me. I mean, we definitely take the money and give it to a
You work all
driver.
season long on it.
That's that race is building every year, and that needs to be a premier race.
Well, I know Brad Derry said that I know Brad's raced stock cars for years, but he still says that's one of his biggest races he's ever won.
Yep.
Oh, that thing was huge.
I mean, that was the craziest thing ever.
Yeah.
To win in that car, driving it twice.
Yeah.
And
pretty crazy.
We've had so many of those meant-to-be moments here.
Well, Dylan Nelson said it there when he won it. He he goes, money-wise, I mean, obviously contingency-wise, Super Nationals is big, but he won more money winning that race than he did at Super Nationals.
Right.
So, I mean, it's awesome to see that race grow, and we hope we hope it continues to grow, because it deserves to grow, because hobby stocks are a great class down here, and it's for a great cause. And obviously, we're going to run tradition again this year. So make sure you contact Tyler Gray if you're wanting to sponsor that as well, because he works hard on that, and his whole team does.
Yeah, we were started out before we got on the show talking about bowling, and there's this place called Frontier Lanes we know about, and I know a lot of the guys can't come here because they're working.
Yeah.
Hopefully you've talked to them. Maybe you're talking about getting Dirt Crown TV down there, so they
that
be watching us.
Yeah, I'll see if I can get Ski to do that.
He needs to be buying that once a week, and then put it
well,
on TV.
your Dirt Crown trophy sign is in the bowling alley.
It is.
I know. I put it down there. I figured more people would see it down there. Than
I look at it every week.
Pretty cool.
So
you got something to say? Here, I'll let you on.
Yeah.
I got to thank my crew chief, too.
Absolutely.
I mean, the older she gets, the more she's slacking, but she's still the chief.
Okay. One question for her. Or she's got a comment. What's your comment?
You need a new addition. It's music while racing.
Music while racing?
Uh-huh.
So, like, have them listen to music?
Yeah.
Yeah, but how are they going to listen to the receiver?
You can have it in one ear and music in the
Okay.
Oh, you don't think that would distract him?
No.
What do you think your dad would listen to if he listened to... What kind of music?
My house.
My House
My
by
House.
Flo Rida?
So,
Yeah.
So what about? Yeah, but music. What about just miking them up so we can talk?
Yeah, that would be great.
Oh, him miking him up while he's racing?
Yeah.
So, like, if he gets taken out, do you think
Yeah.
he's going to say any, like, some
He'd be
choice
going,
words?
doggone it, shucks.
When they're
Then what do you
giving
say?
the other drivers,
Would he
number
do
one,
something like
know,
that? Probably.
when they're giving them the finger, right? I'll bet you these guys say some choice words in the car. You think so?
Probably.
You think your dad's ever cussed in the race car?
Yeah.
We've
Yeah, I
done that
guarantee
back in the day. Well, we got to get back to that. We can do that. We got that technology. We can mic some guys up. So we'll play music and mic them up, and we'll have theme music for them. How about that?
All right, so spoken here. We need music in the car, and we need mics. Got it?
Yep.
I'm going to put you on that.
Okay.
All right.
All right, we're gonna take another break. That was Tyler Gray and his daughter. We'll wish you luck tonight, Tyler. Thanks for coming on the show.
So,
All right.
but how was bowling?
Oh,
Good.
Was it good?
what'd you bowl? 440. That's pretty dang
That
good
is. That's good.
for your age. It is. So,
That's
all right. Quick commercial break. We're gonna come right back. Pitside Live.
Welcome back, race fans, to Pitside Live here at Adams County Speedway. We're going to take a quick break here with Evan.
Yeah, it's station identification. You are listening to KCSI 95.3 out of Red Oak, KOAK 1080 AM out of Villisca. You are here listening to Pitside Live at Adams County Speedway in Corning, Iowa. Once again, another beautiful night here at the Speedway of Racing. Mother Nature has blessed us with another great night. Top 10 from your RJ's Plumbing and Heating Sport Mods from last Saturday night. 10th place was the captain, Kirk McKay out of Lennox in the 20. 9th was Dave Ora in the 76 out of Council Bluffs. 8th was Cody Parrott in the 10 out of Newmarket. 7th, Cumberland, Iowa's Darren Hardesty in the 12J. 6th in the 9 car, good run for him out of Villisca, Dominic Sexton. 5th in the 34X, after going to the rear earlier in the race, Red Oak, Iowa's Damian Haas. 4th, Hunter Poston in the 58 of Villisca. 3rd was the Fontenelle Flyer, Daniel Bowther in the 6B. 2nd was the 0 and your defending track champion and national champion, Sean Kralik out of Creston. And your winner, first-time feature winner here at the Adams County Speedway, first-time feature winner at any racetrack. In the 11, the Jinja Ninja, Austin Hardesty.
Congratulations, man. I didn't get to do that yet, but I tell you what, that was... I got up there, that going on, I told Bob, I said, get ready for this interview. I said, this guy has got the darndest luck at this place so many times. Because those yellows kept coming out, I go, here we go again. The yellow's out, and he's leading. And never
well, first thing you
but
told me, Austin, down in the pits, you go, man, God has a weird way of just kicking you right in the you know what right before he that something like that happens.
Yep.
Right? And you got to make a choice whether you want to do keep going or not.
Yep. No, so after the first week when all that happened, I was pretty adamant on finding out what condition the car was in. Nobody really knew or could tell me. I knew it was pretty bad though. Josh Mose actually called me Sunday morning and he said, "You got the car tore down yet?" And I was like, "No, I think it's junk." And he's like, "I was looking at it last night," and he kind of instilled some confidence because we thought we were going to be done for probably the season, just regroup, refocus, and come back next year. And he did a killer job. We got it tore down Sunday. Me, Kurt, Dad, Darren, Jesse, Logan. It was kind of all hands on deck. Got it down to him Sunday night, and we had it back Tuesday afternoon, and then it was just thrashing on body panels and the parts that broke and replacing. And I mean, it was a full-time job all week to get it put back together, and to have a car that number one was that safe, held me in tight. And then I think it's a big shout out to Josh too on the cars he builds, how fast it was coming back. I was pretty hesitant to give her the beans or whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
But to have it come back, be that fast, be that competitive, and still do everything it was doing before, but maybe even a little better. Just big shout out to him. And also, he wanted me to let everybody know he will be making a debut here soon and is modified again. He's excited to be back. So
good.
I had to let
That's
everybody
awesome.
know.
And now,
that's great.
for the people that don't know out there, when you junk a frame, that is like the worst thing ever because you don't know exactly what you did to it until you break it down and you see it and you see, okay, what needs replaced. Now, let the people know out there what exactly was replaced. I know rear clip was one. Was there anything? What was the main part of the frame that was junk?
Basically, halo and everything around me held together great. Wasn't any cracks. They went through, inspected everything.
And that's a testament to how well it's built too.
It took some hard licks. I went down and looked at all the earth that we moved with it.
Oh yeah, because Ryan Carlson wanted me to let you know he mows down here, and he said mowing down there was a rough son of a bee. So
yeah, I can believe it. But yeah, no, everything behind the halo is all new. The rear end was still good, but all the mounts, trailing arms, spring cups, spring mounts, everything, that's all been replaced. But yeah, basically all the bars that are now black on the car, which is kind of hard to tell from up here. But yeah, everything from the back, right behind the halo and beyond is new. Everything up front isn't perfect, but all the important stuff is. So yeah, it did everything it was supposed to do. I think we bent something right. They always say they come back faster.
Bent for the better.
Yeah, exactly.
And you went from probably one of your lowest moments of racing there that first week to your highest ever. I mean, it's just insane what you did.
I don't think that my excitement level, I was kind of stunned and shocked.
Well, everybody feels when you win your first race, everybody feels that way. It's like I I didn't even get that excited because I don't even know what to think.
Yeah,
you know?
and Hunter or Sean Kralik, Hunter Poston. There were some other guys that had really good nights. Sexton was one, almost cracked the top 5. Damian driving back up through the field, that was really impressive. But those guys have beat on my back bumper, week in and week out last year, and every time it was I'd make a little mistake and they could capitalize on it, and they did everything they could. I mean, hats off to them. They raced me clean. Gave me a little push or a shove, showed their nose a couple times, and I know they were trying really hard. We had a really good car. The track favored us a little bit, got out front fast, and so to be able to beat guys like that and have them right there, breathing down your neck, on those restarts that normally are my kryptonite. That was a really cool experience to be able to say we finally did it, and kind of beat the things that always got us before. So just testament to the guys, all the work they did. I mean, they probably worked harder than I did this week.
Well, I can tell you the person that I know your emotion. You said you were in shock, so you didn't show a lot of emotion, but everybody was loving Curtis. I mean, he was freaking out, and it was the funniest thing ever.
He is lightning in a bottle. He is he's the heartbeat of the team.
He was fist pumping. I could see him in tech, and he was just like walking, and he looked like the Breakfast Club at the end of the movie of the Breakfast Club when he's walking through the. He's just like he's just this. He's just walking through.
You guys probably should have had him up here to interview. It would have been a little bit better time. But
let's put him on here.
So your boring emotion was. It's okay. Everybody saw Curtis. So
I couldn't live up to that, so I let him have the moment. Which it is. He's been here with me since day one. Has never missed a week. Even on nights he shouldn't have made it down.
He's drove the car a few times.
Oh yeah, no, he's a rock star. He kills it for us, and I wouldn't be here every week if it wasn't for him and Dad. I wouldn't. There's a lot of times I wanted to throw in the towel. That
most race car drivers are like that.
I remember last year, you guys, I was up here with you, and it's not if, it's when, and then we go through the whole season and we never get it done, and we had some.
And you wonder, you're like, can I do? Like, am I ever going to be able to do this?
Exactly, that's what it creeps in, and I had a lot of tough conversations with Curtis where it's like maybe we find a different hobby to throw money away with. I don't know, but
I hate to tell you, but race car drivers that quit racing, they buy a boat or do something. You don't get the adrenaline rush from a boat.
I would have been back in some way, shape, or form. But no, he kept us going. He kept us afloat. And last week, that was just as much him behind the wheel as it was me. So really cool experience.
You're something you'll never forget.
No,
obviously.
I made a point. I said, okay, I got to get out here. I got to hear this interview. I told Bob, I said, this is going to be a good one. I chuckled because you first started talking about it the week before. And you said, she's not going to be happy with me. That would crack me up.
Bob said or something, you told him, like, when you got to the hospital up here, you were like, man, Blair's not going to be happy.
Yeah, she was less than impressed. She was also very anti-racing last weekend.
Yeah. Well, it's a traumatic experience when you, because that's basically the first time since you guys have been together where you've been in that bad of a wreck.
Yeah, no, last year was pretty light. I used to be a fan. It was always cool to see cars get tore up as long as the drivers were okay.
And now you're in the point like, man, tore up race cars
suck.
Yeah,
so when you see it happen to other guys, it's always heartbreaking. But, from Blair's perspective, it doesn't really hit home. And then to see something like that definitely was hard on her. Yep. She was kind of against us coming back last week. She did make a deal with me. If we could get the car ready, she didn't think it was going to happen. But if we could get the car ready, we could have the conversation. The conversation was me basically saying, hey, the car's ready. We're going to go back out and race. I think she was pretty happy at the end of the night. Kind of got her over that fear.
Yeah. You're supposed to be like in the barn or something and have the crew there with you when you start talking about stuff.
Yeah. You're supposed to, but
you're supposed to have backup.
Well, they backed me up all week. She was around all week. She was helping.
Yeah.
No, she was a rock star through it all. Held up to it great. So it was just really cool. All hands on deck. So many people reached out. I had cars offered to me. Parts, extra monetary, whatever was needed, we can help.
Isn't it amazing when you don't realize how much support you have until something like that happens to you?
Yep.
Like, people say that all the time. It's like you don't realize how good you have it until something like that happens.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's a lot of people that are in your corner, that you don't, like, maybe you know it and you just kind of forget it, or maybe you don't know it and then they just come out and they say, hey, whatever you need.
Yep.
And that's another thing that keeps us coming back here. we've built, a lot of great relationships with a lot of
yeah.
people from the track promoters. All
I
the way
hate to tell
down.
you this, but you gained quite a few fans last week.
I saw a lot of people standing up in some of the videos. Goosebumps, I think, was probably the best way to explain it. It's just really cool to see, that pinnacle achievement, for racing for us so far. To see all the support behind it.
Well, and not only that, but just the way you did it. I mean, I thought it was just going to be another night with you. Like, you've done it so many times now where you get out front and then, here comes a zero car, right?
The first yell I said.
Because you said it just as well as I do. Like, restarts is not your thing.
No.
And Sean Kralik is like the greatest restarter ever.
He makes you hit your mark. Even when you hit your mark perfect, because there was a couple times I did, and he's still right there on your back bumper. And I've tried to watch it, mimic it. That's just the talent he has that I've yet to acquire, and that's what makes him so competitive. He makes up so many positions on cautions and restarts. He does it under green flag racing too.
Right,
I mean, I'm not making a light of that either, but I don't know of anyone who's better than him. And he poked his nose on the backstretch, and I thought I was going pretty fast. I was like, oh, we're out front, nobody's here. And then I see him, and I'm
Here
like,
he comes.
we got to find that other gear. We got to.
You did
push it, and
everybody said it like, oh, here comes a zero. He's going to steal the show again, and then you just left him.
Iron sharpens iron. He's done it enough times. I've watched him pull away after he did all year last year. Him, Hunter, Bodler, Davis. I know I'm forgetting names. A lot of fast guys, and so I guess to be up there for one night, like we're usually up there, but to be up there in front of them one night, finally get it done, feel all those emotions. It hit me harder middle of the week than it did Saturday night, but just it was a really cool deal.
The way you did it too is just I feel like it's humbling, because like it humbles you as a driver. I feel like, because it's like, you go through all of these nights in the shop and you do all this time, you put all this money and effort into it, and it's like something like that terrible thing happens to you, and then you win. It's almost just like humbles you. It's like, man, like I appreciate this so much more. Like you appreciate the people more, you appreciate the fans more when you do something like that.
Oh, absolutely. It's like I said, it's this sport. I mean, every year, it's a roller coaster. You can start out really hot, and then you go through slumps, or vice versa. You start out in a slump, and then you find it, and it just you get in a bad wreck, you tear up the car, and there's a lot of time and a lot of money. I say all the time, I think people understand it takes a lot of money. It's the time and the effort in the shop week in and week out.
Exactly right.
That people don't see necessarily all the time, and that's probably the biggest thing. And
the sacrifices.
Well, it's racing is such a time thing. Like with you guys as drivers, you guys are putting all this time and money and effort in to race, and then from our standpoint on the business side of it, we're putting all this time and effort to give you guys a place to race. So it's like both of us are putting all this time and effort to develop everything for the fans here, and then something bad happens, and then both of us, it's both teams, they get so stressed, and it's just hard. And I feel like drivers and people that run a racetrack, we are all in the same boat here. Like we're all at the same goal. We're working our asses off to try to put on a show for these fans.
Yep. No, and
that's all we're doing.
I'm going to give a big testament, because it's been a while since we've had a track be this consistent. So the track prep crew, just everybody that's a part of it. I know there's a lot of hands in the basket that make it go round. That has been phenomenal. To, last year towards the end, we, to no fault of anybody, just the weather conditions and just everything worked against us. We had some rough nights, track condition wise, and then to come back in at the beginning of the year, where generally that's when you get your rough tracks,
because everything's pretty wet.
Yeah, and to have it's been top to bottom smooth. It's been racy. Maybe last week might have been a little top dominant, but guys were still passing on the bottom. Guys were still fast other places. So to see that, and just a big hats off. And if we keep doing that, I saw there was a couple people that don't normally race here. They were here week one. I think Devin Peterson maybe, and
Mary Hahn.
And they had nothing but great things to say. And it's like that was their first experience here. So now they've got these good experiences. Next time their track rain's out, guess where they're going to think about coming? Right here. So it's changing the narrative for Corning, because I think it's gotten a bad rap the last couple of years. So really excited. Hopefully we can get more cars in here. And
absolutely.
One thing I'll go back to real quick. I'm going to get on my soapbox again about family, because I say it all the time, every week. People make fun of me, but I'm going to say something that a passenger driver's wife that I worked with, she's deceased, they're both, but anyway, she said the one thing about racing that she loved was it was something that we could do as a family together.
Absolutely.
And that's something you got to think about, because like I just said earlier, he was in every sport. We sacrificed making sure he did that, but we still come back and race. So,
Yep.
But it was something you could do as a family.
Absolutely.
You always keep that in mind.
And it's always something too that brings your friends together, and it's something you guys can enjoy together. I mean Austin, who knows how long you'll race for, but I guarantee you that your best memories of your life will be down at this place.
They'll be here. They'll be. I think of the times in the shop where we're laughing and joking around after a tough week, and just you get that break point, and it's just like it's a big family.
The feeling that you get in the race car, yes, is that addicting 100%, but the feeling of the support and the time and the support you get, that's also what keeps you going.
Oh yeah, I've got a great friend here. He's also a sponsor. They're all standing out here. They've stopped watching me now. I've been up here too long, I guess. But
they can go back and watch it on.
We got hot laps. Come on.
Yeah.
But no, they've been a big part of it, and it is just Dad used to do it. Now me doing it, him helping me, him back in the Crown Vic, which unfortunately we didn't get quite finished up for this week.
That's all right.
No, it's been awesome, and it has been the best memories of my life, and the most fun I've ever had, and most legal fun I've ever had, I should say. But no, it's been great. I did miss a couple sponsors last week, so
That's
I would
okay.
like to
go ahead and shout them all out. Yeah.
So Hilltop Ag, Steven and Mariah, they've been a really big part the last couple years. Garber Tool Supply, same thing. He's out in Nebraska, but he still supports me all the way out here. He loves racing. Morrison Seed Co. New one this year for us, but big support. Really cool to have them on board. Now I'm going to butcher the ones I remembered. Actually, I've got a list here, so I'm not going to forget anybody
There you go.
this time.
Isn't it amazing now that you win and you're thinking sponsors, like all these traveling guys, how they can just rattle it off? It's impressive.
I can rattle it off all week, and then I get up here and it's like the bright lights.
Yeah.
I don't know. Boyd Appliance, they've been here for years now, and they've been great. Edge by Most, obviously, he's been a big part of it this year. Hilltop Ag, I'll hit on him again since I didn't last year. Hardesty Contracting, my Uncle Darren. We've worked out of his shop. He'll give me the shirt off his back if it means I can race again. So, that's been great. Malott Farms, Luke's been huge this year. That's a new one. Going for Broke Farms, they've been great. Minor Detailing, Garber Tool Supply, Morrison Seed Company, Kuhn Chaos, Biggerstaff Trucking, S&S Motorsports, Sync. He's not as big with us this year, but he helped me for the last 3, mentored me, guided me.
Yep.
So
good mentor to have.
He's been huge and monumental in all of it.
We need to get him back down here.
We do.
Yeah.
FX Suspension, 31 Tire Works. That's everybody that I can think of. That's everyone on the list. So
I like that name, Going for Broke Farms.
It's
a good name.
It's kind of like the racing, so that's it paired really well, we thought. But
Absolutely.
And last but not least, I will say that Dre knocked your rap out of the park this year, man.
We did our damnedest to make it not look near as good. From 20 foot away, it doesn't look bad right now. But no,
your car is really good looking this year.
Dre did a great job with that. He really brought everything we were
pink and
envisioning to
yellow.
life.
Pink and yellow just go really good together.
That's a classic. It's his tale as old as time. We had a pink car, so we tried it this year.
Yep.
It might not come back next year that way, but he killed it.
I tell you what, Austin, you've gained a lot of race fans down here from last week, and there's a lot of people that were pulling for you, and we appreciate the support, and hopefully those memories keep going, man. And
absolutely.
Now the monkey's off your back, so there's no.
Just go out there and
there's
back
no
it up.
pressure
Now we just
anymore.
get to go out and have some fun and just let the cards fall where they may. That's what we were just talking about.
Absolutely.
Well, thanks for coming on the show, Austin. It was a long interview, but it was a deserving one.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got to go probably hot lap here, and
yes, sir.
We'll wish you luck tonight. And hey, 2 for 2. Let's see you.
We'll see what we can do. Thanks, guys.
Good luck. Congratulations.
All right, that was a driver of the 11. That's Austin Hardesty. We're going to finish this show here really quick.
Wrap things up here. So
yeah, we only got about 4 minutes left.
Just
so
want to go back and mention that
I do need to go over results of some other classes
but I
really
want to
quick.
mention real quick. Tonight is Northland Oil, so thank them very much for being sponsored tonight. So
all right, so some other results here. We didn't get to talk to a modified racer here tonight. We ran out of time, but. Top 5 in your modifieds last week. 5th was Mike Johnson out of Omaha in the 1M. 4th was the 71 of Jeff James. 3rd was the 70 of Jesse Dennis. Second was the 38 of Brad Bergeron, and your winner, your defending track champion, he won by almost 10 seconds last week, the 10J of Josh Cooper. So Josh kind of just walked the dog last week, and it was pretty much an old-fashioned butt whooping for the Cooper clan last week. And last but not least, your Poland Construction Crown Vics. Top 10. 10th was Andrew Mills in the 47. 9th was Jake Waters in the 06X. 8th was Caden Foote in the 27. 7th was the 56 Junior of Loudon Speaker. 6th was Austin Chester in the 51. 5th was the 00 of Reese Oglesby. I did hear Reese is not here tonight. He's here, but his car's not here. Unfortunately, lost an engine last week. 3rd was Danon Hall in the 07. 3rd was Frank Mills in the 28. 2nd was Brody Erickson in the 11. And still perfect on the season out of Griswold in the 24, Marty Pelzer. So Pelzer, definitely the car to beat this year so far in the Crown Vics. He is 2 for 2. So thanks to Poland Construction for sponsoring them as well. So that kind of rounds out your results from last Saturday night. It was a great night of racing. But like my dad said, this week is Northland Oil night. But moving on here for the last couple minutes, make sure to join us next Saturday night as well.
Next Saturday night,
Arnett's Collectibles Hall of Fame night.
Next Saturday night, you want to make sure you tune in because we dedicate it to those Hall of Fame members the entire show. It's one of my favorite times of the year. You're going to hear a lot of nostalgia and a lot of great interviews next week. So next week, make sure you tune in for Hall of Fame night.
Yeah, we won't have any drivers on the show next week. Next week is kind of our Hall of Fame show. I know I probably won't be on the show as much either because Tim Cooney will probably take my spot. So it'll be.
Got to run that thing.
Yep, it'll be my dad and Tim Cooney mainly on the show next week. For those of you that don't like listening to me, maybe next show will be your show because I won't be talking much. But
no, it's
my dad and Tim, and then he'll have have all of our guests next week. So we won't be talking to any race car drivers as next week is our Hall of Fame show. Hopefully the weather cooperates. I know every year it seems like we have Hall of Fame night and it rains out. So hopefully Mother Nature cooperates next week, and make sure you join us because we're going to have some cool cars out on the front stretch. Dusty Whitehead's Coupe's going to be here pacing the field. And then if you are an old timer and you want to see some faces that you haven't seen in many years, make sure you come here to the Speedway next week because we're going to be honoring those new Hall of Fame inductees next Saturday night here at the Speedway.
Yep. So it's there's so much excitement for me. Hall of Fame is such a great deal. It's such an honor to be able to induct those people, and having that 49 car here next week with Roger Gant being behind the wheel will be awesome too. So. I need to get some more classic photos posted just to kind of show some of those guys. But they'll be sending me stuff this week so I can get the pamphlets, and then Dre will release those like one at a time during the week to honor those guys for Hall of Fame. So looking forward to getting that all ready to go. And
race fans, make sure that you are following us on Facebook for all the updates. We post things throughout the week. Facebook is where we kind of post everything. If you want to know points and results and things like that, you can go on our website as well, or make sure you download My Race Pass on your subscription as well. We're going to have a big racing season coming up here. As you can hear, cars are hot lapping. We got Sport Mods out on the Speedway right now, and we're going to see you here, same time, same place, next Saturday night here from 5 to 6:30. Racing at 7 o'clock.
Once again, thanks to Lori back to studio.
Yep.
Everybody at KCSI, we thank them very much.
And also, race fans, I did want to mention, I do think we are planning on starting it this week. We are going to do a midweek recap on KCSI this week. So we're going to do a live, it'll be recorded actually, and then they're going to play it throughout the week. We're going to do a little midweek recap. So we're going to get with Aaron and Melanie on that. And we're going to do a little quick midweek recap, and then what we're looking forward to the next week of racing.